What's up, you guys? American, welcome back to my channel. No, you grow up. Today's video is going to be a short one, but I just want to talk about some figures that I'm really excited about. So I've been holding off on talking about these figures until we started to get a little bit more hard information, but now that they've actually started doing some interviews in the last couple days, I really want to talk about the Mega Man figures from Jada Toys that are about to come out. So this dude, June, who I'm assuming is running all of the action figure stuff from Jada Toys, has done a couple interviews. He did one with the Foosh, but he also did one with Toy Migos, so you guys should go check out that one before you check out the Foosh video. I'm going to link both of them, but definitely help out the smaller guys. Check out their video first. They actually have a clip of the interview with him just going over the Mega Man stuff, so I'll post that. But we're just going to do a quick rundown of the first two waves that have been shown off and the 6 figures that have been announced so far. So the main reason that I'm so excited about this line is because Mega Man is my favorite video game franchise. It was one of the first franchises that I really fell in love with after Mario, and it's just one that stuck with me, and they're definitely the games that I've replayed the most over my entire life. So this past year, I actually ran the gauntlet on those games for the first time ever and beat 1 through 11 all in order. And it was actually the first time I'd beaten 1, 9, and 10. I would allow people to argue that the best Mega Man game is the first Mega Man X game, but there's just something about those original 6 8-bit games that I love so much. 7's a really great game too, and replaying through that one this past year, it's a lot better than I remember it being. 8 was just as terrible as I remember it being, and I think I kind of got 8 and 7 mixed up in my head when I was thinking back on them, because 7 is actually a great game, but 8 is just, I cannot defend that game. It is by far the worst Mega Man game of the original 11 games. It's really cool that they went back to the 8-bit style for 9 and 10, and I had a blast playing through those games for the first time. I know 11 is kind of hit or miss with some people, but I actually love that game. I really like the direction they went with it, and I really hope we get a 12 that's in the same vein. But with this franchise, what I really love are those original 6 games. I own 4 and 6, so I played those 2 games to death, and I rented 2 and 3 quite a bit as well, so I have a ton of fondness for those. 5 and 1 are definitely my least 2 favorite of the first 6, but they're still great games. 1 definitely has its problems, but everything was hammered out in 2, and from 2 on, again, you can't find a tighter 6 games in any franchise. I know these games aren't for everyone, but I love them. They just speak to me. People say that they're really hard, and they're hard, but I mean, they're fair, they're just challenging, and at the end of the day, all they are is pattern recognition. If you're good with patterns, you can figure out all the bosses, you can figure out all the enemies pretty easily, and if you can figure out the patterns, all you really need is just a little bit of reaction time, and from there, these 6 games really aren't that difficult. I'll probably play through a couple of these games every year for the rest of my life. So now that I've kind of given you my background and why I love this franchise so much, let's actually take a look at some of these figures. So with Wave 1, we're getting classic Mega Man, Fireman, and Iceman. I'm not surprised that they're going with figures from the first game here, and I'm not mad about it because these figures look amazing. All the promo images have looked great, but whenever he was just holding these prototypes in their hand, I could not believe how great these figures look. The expressions, the eyes, they just look like they took a drawing and turned it into figure form. It's very reminiscent of the manual art, which I always really liked as a kid. Fireman looks great. He's definitely one of the cooler designed characters from the first game. Iceman is probably the most plain character from the first game, but somehow I think he's the best figure from this wave. So they've said that Iceman is going to be a little bit of a smaller figure, and these figures are smaller in general. So these figures are done in the 6-inch scale, but since they're made to be smaller in real life, they're going to be around 4 or 5-inch figures. So even with Iceman's stature, the sculpt on him is amazing. His backpack just looks so much cooler than I ever thought it could. Wave 2 is giving us Hyper Bomb Mega Man, Elecman, and Cutman. And I'm honestly surprised Cutman didn't come in the first wave. Cutman and Gutsman seem to be the most 2 cliche original villains. I'm pretty sure they were kind of the main 2 villains in that original Mega Man cartoon back in the day. Or am I mixing that up with Captain N? I can't remember, but I definitely remember those 2 being in cartoons a lot when I was a kid. I'm not mad that they're going to go with a Mega Man in every wave either. It's going to be really cool to get like the rainbow of Mega Mans going, or maybe I'll get them stacked up side by side next to the Robot Masters, I don't know. But again, it just adds a little bit more length to this line, so I really hope this line works out and that it can go for a while, and we can just get super deep into these Robot Masters. These figures are supposed to be pinless. They're supposed to be coming in at around $20, which again, I'm pretty happy with that price point. I'd be a little happier with 15, but the climate we're in right now, I'm not going to complain about 20. It's cool that these figures are pinless. It's cool they come with these cool accessories and stands for the accessories. Like, I feel like these are going to be a pretty good value, even though these are smaller figures. Even though there is a lot of reuse with the Mega Man, they said that they're going to do as much retooling as they can. So even though it is the same sculpt, he's going to come with different facial expressions than the one did in Wave 1. So the 3 figures that I'm the most excited for, and again, I have a lot of bias towards Mega Man 4. It was the first one I owned, it was the first one I played, so I'm always going to have a soft spot for that game, but Skullman and Pharaoh Man are definitely my 2 favorite Robot Masters of all time, so I hope we get 2 of them pretty soon. So after those 2 Robot Masters, I definitely want Proto Man. He was always my favorite growing up. He was just always so mysterious. He was only in the 2 games, and you just never really knew what his story was. Wave 1 is supposed to go up for pre-order soon by the sounds of it, and it's supposed to hit sometime around March, which is awesome because my birthday's in March, and I just love getting little things like this around my birthday time. No word on when Wave 2 is supposed to go up or hit, and they said they're going to show off Waves 3 and 4 at, I think, San Diego Comic-Con and maybe New York Comic-Con this coming year. But again, I am just very, very, very excited for these figures. This is my dream line. If anybody were to ask me that before these figures were announced, that's what I would have said. I want original Mega Man, and I want it to go as deep with the Robot Masters as they can possibly go. But I hope you guys are excited about it too, because again, I would just love to see this line go super deep. I would love to see us get every Robot Master from at least the first 6 games. That would be amazing. So that's all I really got for this one. So thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you guys for sticking around, for liking my videos, for commenting on my videos. You guys are awesome. I'm having a blast, and especially as of late, you guys have just been doing a really good job of just, I don't know, building me up and making me feel awesome. Like, I really can't thank you guys enough for everything that you do. Again, I make the videos, but without you guys, this wouldn't work. So thank you for being here. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. I say this at the end of every video. Feel free to comment with your 2 cents. I don't care if they don't align with mine. Your opinion is always welcome here. It's not any more or less valid than mine. I'm not special. I'm not a genius. I'm just a guy that puts his thoughts on YouTube. Take it easy, be safe, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.